Welcome back for another video. It's a very short turnaround before the double Game Week 19 deadline. In this video we'll be running through the team and some talking points ahead of the first double Game Week of the season. If you haven't watched the Game Week 19 players to buy video yet, make sure you give that a watch as well. A link will be on screen at the end. The final upload before the deadline will be the experts, which will be a key upload as we find out how the top managers tackle this game week. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Starting with a quick look back at how Game Week 18 went then. 44 points with Kukurea left to play at the time of recording, not enough for a green arrow in what was a difficult game week for many. With Cancelo surprisingly benched again, it was another big opportunity to gain some rank had Ederson kept a clean sheet, but unfortunately it didn't come. Both Salah and De Bruyne blanked, which affected pretty much all of us. Rashford was benched for disciplinary reasons, but he scored the winner off the bench. The Arsenal attackers were rank killers. Well done if you did have two of Martinelli, Saka and Nketiah and Odegaard. Well done if you started ANDREAS too, who I saw on many benches, mine included. We've got two transfers banked and decisions to make where to spend them, so let's take a look at how the team's shaping up. In goal, KEPA has the double game week against Man City at home and then Fulham away. It's not a great double game week, but you'd be happy to walk away with one clean sheet across the two games, which realistically looks like the Fulham game. This season no keeper has more than his 5.4 points per match, other than Begovic who scored more than that with only one game played. The back three is Kukurea, Trippier and Gabriel. There's a big temptation to bench Trippier to try and make up some ground. If Arsenal can wipe his clean sheet and prevent him from getting an attack in return, then a huge rank to make up considering his massive ownership. After this game week, looking at Newcastle's fixtures, Trippier is a permanent starter, so you could argue it's an opportunity to bench him this week, an opportunity which will be gone after Game Week 19. It's obviously a gamble and we'll talk more about who could come into the team and start ahead of him. Gabriel had a big chance in the Brighton game, nearly scored, which was a well saved shot by Sanchez. Incredibly, he actually scored worse than White, who came off at 59 minutes, missing out on a clean sheet, because Gabriel conceded twice and then got booked. It'll be interesting to see if Arsenal can sustain their form. Arteta has alluded to the fact that he'll need to rotate more as the schedule gets busier, and we saw in Game Week 18 the second a couple of changes were made in defence they leaked goals. In midfield it's ANDREAS, SAKA, De Bruyne and Rashford. ANDREAS showed again what a bargain he is this season, scoring against Southampton, which was later changed to Ward-Prowse's own goal and ANDREAS' assist, making it 2 goals and 6 assists for the season. He's on set pieces, which always gives him potential for a return with Mitrovic to aim at. We've benched Almer on this game week in favour of ANDREAS. Saka's now on 6 goals and 7 assists for the season. It's a massive game for Arsenal, with Newcastle currently 3rd in the table. A win would put 12 points between them with a game in hand for Arsenal as well. With City's drop in form, Chelsea might do them a favour as well. De Bruyne's dropped off at the worst possible time, having not blanked twice in a row all season, besides when he was benched in Game Week 5. However, it's now 3 blanks in a row for De Bruyne. The trouble is the potential double Game Week 20 for Man City, so everything points towards holding for another 2 or 3 game weeks. There's around a 70% chance of double Game Week 20 happening for Man City and Tottenham. If it doesn't happen, then Salah's a tempting replacement, or downgrade him and then bring in Kane. Rashford will almost certainly come back into the starting 11 for the Bournemouth game. He was sorely missed last game week and he had the crucial impact off the bench. Ten Hag has made his point now. It's an incredible fixture. If it wasn't a double game week, you could even make the case for captaining Rashford in this one. The front three is Martial, Haaland and Darwin. Martial and Darwin both headaches. There's an obvious temptation to sell one of them for Mitrovic and captain him. Martial has the better fixture in Game Week 19, while Darwin has the better longer term fixtures. Martial had a pretty poor game against Wolves though. That said, with some better finishing he could have easily been on the score sheet. The same can be said about Darwin though, who ended up with an obscure assist after his shot rebounded off the post in an awkward direction, which Fast put into his own net. On the bench is Ederson, Almiron, Patterson and James. James is also a headache that needs addressing, out for around another 3 or 4 weeks, so certainly no double game week for him. In terms of the transfer plans, there's a couple of options being considered. A simple Martial to Mitrovic transfer is on the cards and then carry 2 transfers over. It may come with a 0.1 mil team value loss on James, but 2 transfers are powerful and potentially worth it. Considering how the season's going, an aggressive play could be the answer. One move being considered is Darwin to Mitrovic and James to Alexander-Arnold. On top of that, we'd bench Trippier for 1 game week, who is extremely highly owned. If Arsenal wipe their clean sheet at the Emirates, then Trent could be a huge differential versus Trippier for 1 week. Thereafter, Trippier is a permanent starter and will play him every game. The other option being considered is James to Dunk and Almiron to Mount. I'm less keen on this one as it means starting Trippier, which is less upside, and Mount feels like a 2 game week pick really. We've got some ridiculous value midfielders this season with the likes of Almiron, Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, etc. All bargains. Let me know how your game week went and what your plans are for game week 19. I'll read all your comments. The final video before the deadline will be the experts as mentioned, and this will be a big one as we look at how the experts tackle the double game week. See you soon for the next one.